Okay, let's talk about hunting your opponent's queenside bishop and why you'd want to do that in the Honeybadger system. So let's just bring up a usual game that's going to probably take place. Play some Honeybadger moves here to get into the system here. Like I said, usually people are going to come in, they're going to take the center. If you're not going to take it, first thing they're going to want to do is take the center, put their pawns in the center, build the knight, queen's knight somewhere here or here, here, knight here, here. Oops. Sorry about that. Castle here. Okay. Now the question is, like I said, we're hunting this bishop. We want to hunt this bishop. Why do we want to hunt this bishop? We want to hunt this bishop for a couple of reasons. First of all, if we can get rid of this bishop, it makes our bishop stronger. There's nothing to oppose my bishop down this diagonal. Nothing. Okay? It makes my bishop stronger. Now, another thing you need to understand about fianchetto positions. Let's talk about fianchetto positions real quick. It's a fianchetto position. And it's a pretty strong position. This bishop does a great job protecting this king. Great job protecting this king. Anything ever happens, you can also, it's resilient. You can push your pawn up to protect here and close this off here. It's a very strong position, fianchetto position. However, remove that bishop. Now all of a sudden, there are holes here and here. You can't push this pawn up because there's nothing supporting that pawn. It'll just get taken. And what's worse is if your opponent has his queenside bishop. Now you see how bad things can be. Understanding this in this type of situation, the bishop's on the back rank, the queen is on the second rank, and they're threatening to mate you. They're threatening to mate you in one move. Now, not only are they threatening to mate you in one move, it's really hard to stop them from mating you in one move. It's very difficult. Of course, you got a pawn here. If you have a pawn here, obviously, you say you can do this, yeah, but then you're making holes here, and anytime, it's just understand that the fianchetto position is strong and robust and safe for your king, but once you lose that bishop, it becomes really weak. Okay? And now we're back to the situation again. So that's why we want to hunt the bishop. One, when we get rid of his queenside bishop, our kingside bishop becomes stronger. And at the same time, our king's position becomes safer. Because it's harder to attack my fianchetto position if he doesn't have his bishop. If he can come in and exchange the bishop for bishop, then like I said, the position becomes weak. But if he doesn't have that bishop, then our position becomes stronger. So that's why we want to hunt this bishop. Okay? So in this position, the question is, where is he going to develop the bishop? They can go there, but that's passive. That's really passive. You don't really want to put your bishop there. It's really passive, You're not going to fianchetto the bishop. Where are you going to put it? Here, which is normally where they put it, but then it runs into this move. Now, next move, we're threatening to come in here and take the bishop. We already know what's going to happen if you do this. We already know that becomes a problem. Maybe not necessarily in this position, and we'll go over the sack on h6 when you should do it and when you shouldn't do it. And this is one of those cases where you probably shouldn't do it. Although if you're playing a minute game and you're playing anybody under, like, say, 2000, you might want to do it anyway because they might not understand the right move. The correct way to handle the situation, just real quick, is if I sack here, 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 isn't to drop the bishop back. Isn't to drop the knight back. That's a horrible move. The correct way to do it is to come here. So if I ever come here, now he's got here, my queen is trapped. So that's why you wouldn't want to make that sacrifice in this position if they know what they're doing, But like I said, in a minute game, in a minute game, get somebody under 2,000, they might not find that combination, you know, and they very well might just drop the knight back. And we already know if they drop the knight back, it's all over. But anyway, so now they develop the bishop here. We're coming here. What do they do? A lot of times we're here, they'll go here. And now here's where the hunt begins. Here. Now they might not want to give up the queen bishop, so they're going to go here. That's fine. Here. Now here's where it gets funny. Say, okay, I'm still not going to give up my bishop. I'm going to go here. That's fine. Here. Now what does he have to do? Well, he moves his queen out the way. So he said, okay, let me move the queen out the way. Here. And then finally here. And after all of that, he still has to give up his queenside bishop. I love that combination. Happens all the time. Okay? And so now we've accomplished something, you know? The next ideal is to bring the bishop back, either leave it here. Understand, when the bishop's here, it controls C8. It controls C8. So if you ever come here and open this up, we're controlling C8 with that bishop here. Now that we've gotten rid of his queenside bishop, you see how powerful that bishop becomes. There's nothing to oppose it. And we don't want to do that. Say this moves, bring it back here once again. Okay? So that's why we want to hunt the bishop. And that's how you would hunt the bishop. Now, one last thing about hunting this bishop. This move is always obvious. This obvious move goes there. But understand, in some situations, in some openings, the bishop comes here. Then you've always got this move. Understand about the knight move here. Let's talk about the knight move real quick. It's a great defensive piece here, here, and here. But in this position, as you can see, there's nothing attacking any of these squares. So at this point, we don't need the knight for defense anymore. So now you can start thinking about what you want to do with the knight. Here, here. I'll talk about this move also. It's important too. Or in a lot of situations, it's just best to come here. Attacking the bishop. Hunting the bishop is another way you hunt the bishop. Not only are you hunting the bishop, but I forgot who said it, but that knight is just one move away from occupying F5. I think it was Kasparov or somebody said a knight on F5 is worth a pawn. You know? So I think that's it. This is a quick one. I just want to kind of introduce these ideas about the Honeybadger to you. That's one ideal in the Honeybadger. If you get to the system and you say, now what? Okay, well, I'm want to let you know what. So the first thing you want to start thinking about when you can is, if you can't always do it. Sometimes they're going to fianchetto the bishop and you can't get it that way. And that's a whole nother can of worms we'll talk about. But in those situations where they're not fianchettoing the bishop, they're pairing the bishop here, queen behind it or something like that, you want to hunt this bishop. You want to get rid of that bishop. And I already explained why you want to get rid of the bishop, but I'll say it one more time. It makes your bishop stronger, and it makes your fianchetto position safer and stronger. All righty. That was it. Keep playing the Honeybadger, man. Keep getting them rating points. Till next time.